Hello, lovely student. Welcome to my next lesson on decision making, lesson 5. And this activity is a consolidation activity based on both the nested if statement and the if statement. I have an exercise prepared for you. Let's go through it. You are entering your dog in an extravagant dog show event. The organizers require details of the dog. Write code to do the following. Enter the name of the dog on the T-edit. Select whether the dog is male or female using the radio group. Select the size from the combo box. The entry fee depends on the size of the dog. If the dog is a small dog, the entry fee is 100 Rand. If the dog is a medium-sized dog, the entry fee is 150 Rand. If the dog is a large dog, the entry fee is 200 Rand. So from this, you can see that there is a multiple selection. So when you're doing your coding, take note of that. Your program must display the name of the dog, the gender, size, and entry fee. Here is a sample output. The name of the dog is Chance. You can select on the radio group male or female. In this case, do the sample output, male, size medium, and entry fee 150 Rand. This is an example of your GUI design. I'm going to go through it quickly. I've put in a panel with a caption dog show, a label and a T-edit, a label and a combo box, and a radio group. You can put in any T image that you want. Save it as .png and add an image to the screen. I used a rich edit and a button. I would now like you to pause your video before you continue and work through the activity, go through the question, you can problem solve it, write down an IPO, know exactly what you're going to do as your input, your processing, and your output. Check what if statement you're going to be using, what nested if statement you're going to be using. Do your code and then follow through the video again to look at a solution. Okay, so now let's go through the coding that you have done, and I hope you enjoyed this exercise. It was a fairly pretty simple exercise. I've created variables, S dog name, S gender, and S size, which is of data type string. The dog name to enter the dog, the S gender to get the gender, and S size to select the size from the combo box. D entry fee is of data type double, and I gender is of data type integer. Okay, so there's a reason why I created I gender of data type integer. Okay, so let's look at it. I cleared my red output, so it allows me to, every time I want to do a test case, I can clear the output and I can test with different test cases. S dog name, I'm getting a value from the T-edit. S size, the size I'm getting from the combo box. And remember, the combo box coding to get a value from the combo box is cmb size.items square brackets cmb size.item index. So that'll give me the actual value from the combo box. Okay, and the values in the combo box were small, medium, and large. To get the gender from the radio group, and because I was using an if check, instead of getting the item, I got the item index. So I checked the item index, and at that index, the radio group starts at index 0. So I'm checking if I gender at index 0, what it is at index 0. If it's equal to 0 at index 0, then it's male. So I'm checking if I gender is equal to 0, and at that index, it's male. So it's going to go into the if statement again, and it's going to check if I gender is equal to 0. So it's checking the index. If the index is equal to 0, then the gender is male. Else, the gender is female. So the other part of the question asked to check the size from the combo box. If the size from the combo box is small, then the entry fee is 100 Rand. Else, if the size is medium, the entry fee is 150. And then it goes into your else statement. The else, the entry fee is 200. Because there were only 3 values given in the question for the entry fee. It either could be, if it's a small dog, the cost is 100 Rand. If it's a medium dog, the cost is 150. If it is a large dog, the cost is 200. So if the size is small, the entry fee is 100. If it's not a small dog and it's a medium dog, the entry fee is 150. Otherwise, we assume that the entry fee is 200. That is why it goes into the else statement. My display statements, I'm displaying the name, I'm displaying the gender, I'm displaying the size, and then I'm displaying the entry fee formatted using float to string F to currency, field width of 10, and 2 decimal places. So that was my solution. I'd like you to go through the solution, go through your solution, and see where you have made an error and try and correct your solution. So that's the first part of my coding, and here's the second part of my coding. Okay, so go through my coding and check if where you have made an error. Okay, so let's run this program and see how it works. I'm going to click on the run button. Okay. Let's enter a dog name. I'm going to enter Chance. I'm going to select from the combo box the size of the dog. I will select small. It's a beautiful small puppy. And I'm going to select from the radio group male. And remember, when you are inserting a T image and you're loading a picture, the picture must be saved as a PNG. And then you load the image and you can go onto your properties and look for stretch and ensure that stretch is true. So that will allow you to fit the picture into that little square T image. Okay, let's click on show dog profile, and there's your sample output. I would like to try another sample output, so let's go with medium. I'll leave it on male and it will change to medium. If I selected large, show profile, it shows me a large dog. You could even try selecting female on your radio group and click again and it changes your gender to female. Close. So that is your GUI design. And that is your coding. So let's go through the coding from the beginning so that you see the coding. You can always press pause on your video and go back and look at stuff and see what the coding is. But there's your coding. Well, thank you, learners, for listening. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and keep an eye on my next video.